Neighbors of Lexington and served on an advisory council that helped save the Charles Young Community Center from being permanently closed. So now I'll give you Brannon Dunn. Brannon.
I'd like to start off by thanking the Delta Sigma Theta sorority as well for this opportunity. My campaign is about bettering the quality of life, focusing on the social and economic issues affecting our urban core areas of Lexington. Jim Gray says, and I quote, "We can't continue to grow by continuing to build our urban core, our downtown, and restoring neighborhoods and commercial areas throughout that were weakened through the recession." Weakened through the recession. So we're talking about our urban core areas. So what is our urban core areas? The urban core areas are the areas that fall within our urban service boundaries. So when you think of a core of the fruit, that's what actually gives life. So when you think about the weakness of our urban core areas in our city, you're looking at West End within District 2. West End, Davis Bottom, and Irishtown. So when you see what is actually going on with these areas, they're suffering from lack of education, lack of economic development, poverty, and youth violence. As also Mayor Gray said, Lexington will push growth and development into its existing urban area for the foreseeable future and avoid expanding into urban area and avoid expanding our urban service boundary into the Greenbelt area of our city. The Greenbelt area is the outskirts of town, which is a farmland. So my campaign is about bettering the quality of life. So if everything that our city is doing is about build within our urban areas, we hear about revitalization of downtown. We hear about the distillery district. We hear about the pension program. Within District 2, we hear about widening of Leestown Road, which is a state project. We hear about the consent decree that is actually an EPA regulation that our city has to abide by. So these are the issues that our city is looking at. And they will actually speak on these issues. But when you look at the issues affecting youth violence in our city, you don't hear too much conversation about it other than the reports done on the news, in the newspaper or by the television stations. There's no prevention programs. However, our council has signed in a prevention program to do away with the legal use of fireworks. And when you think about fireworks and you think about the lives that we lost over 5 young men and women due to gun violence in our city in about the last year, 5. But there has not been any talks about being proactive. Everybody within our urban council, they feel as though if we beef up security, add more police to these urban areas, that's going to do away with the crime, with the understanding that Charlie Court was tore down due to the crime and had a police precinct within Charlie Court. If you lived in East End or the projects within East End, they had a police precinct within East End and they tore that down due to the crime. If you look at Gainesway today as well, they have a police precinct in Gainesway and they still selling dope and shooting right there next to the police precinct. So what does that mean? We need more community involvement. We need more partnerships. We need more people willing to work with the community to better the quality of life. So that's why I'm running for council, because I understand we need partnerships with our students. We have partnerships with our after-school program that the city has already developed with the Park and Recreation. So now working with community organizations such as We Step in West End, working with Dream. This is what it's going to take to have a significant impact on our community with the understanding that our children are the future. So when you start looking at the urban areas and their test scores across the city, our urban areas, the core that our mayor speaks upon, the urban core, these are the areas that are suffering. That we need more work, we need more hands-on activities, we need more mentorship programs, and this is what I'm about. You know, I'm glad to say that I have, due to my hard work and dedication, and then I will be leading the charge in or out of office with being the new vice president for the NAACP chapter of Lexington, being a founder of Community Organizers of Lexington, working with Kentuckians for the Commonwealth, working with Kentuckians Against the War on Women, working and trying to bring awareness to the fact of trying to get felons there as Civil Rights Act. So we have a lot of social and economic issues that we need our elected officials to start really getting down to and focusing on more so than building. And there's nothing wrong with building, but when you're building more on structures and building more on the quality of life and building a strong future and foundation for our future generation, that's where the problem starts. So I'm running for council to make sure that these issues are taken care of and have a hands-on approach within our urban areas with the understanding our city lies within an urban service boundary, so every area within our city is an urban area. Thank you.